Total Eclipse in the park.
We are expecting a ton of people to come into the area since we will be in the totality.
These Irving parks are expected to be filled with people celebrating the upcoming rare eclipse. Find out how you can take part. Park upgrades.
Southwest Park is getting a much overdue and a much needed renovation.
Crews are hard at work improving Southwest Park. See the new features they are adding. Plus, celebrating the police program called ShopTalk inside the Family Advocacy Center, and an update on efforts to save this sign. Now on City Source. Creative people turn unwanted items into art, and you can check out the results. Hello and welcome to City Source. I'm Thomas Gandy. We will preview a new exhibit at the Irving Archives and Museum a bit later. But first, a major renovation project is underway at Southwest Park, and it is bringing some big upgrades. Robert Sheik checked out the more than $2 million project and learned what's ahead.
Instead of softball bats, it's sledgehammers that are swinging this spring at Southwest Park.
Looks a mess right now. So you go out there and look at it, but it'll clear up pretty quick.
Here's what the park used to look like, with softball and soccer fields, a playground, and a splash pad. But construction is underway to give the facility a 21st century facelift.
There has been a call for more recreational amenities out there, so we're adding some really cool features to that park.
A unique addition here to Southwest Park is the city's first futsal court. What's futsal, you ask? It's a pickup game version of soccer, say 3-on-3 or 5-on-5, and played on a hard court. But if you're looking for something slower paced or more traditional, the renovations include new sidewalks and a brand new walking trail.
When we had our public input meetings, that was probably the #1 thing they wanted, was a walking trail.
Other upgrades include new restrooms, additional LED lighting for safety, and an improved irrigation system for the softball and soccer fields. As you can see here, the previous system had valve boxes in the field of play. One other noteworthy change, the playground is being replaced and moved across the park so that the new playground is closer to the splash pad.
And have a nice area for people to go with their children so they can enjoy a wet and dry experience out there.
Construction should take about a year, so it won't be long until this is replaced with a more familiar sound of spring. Robert Sheik for City Source.
In related news, Irving's plans to elevate aquatics and recreation are moving forward. City Council approved design contracts for a new indoor aquatic facility that will be built at Center Park. Council also gave the go-ahead for contracts on a new multi-generational aquatic and recreation facility at Mustang Park. There will be opportunities for public input during this design phase. Already, we have seen some designs for the new aquatic facility at Lee Park. This is all part of a more than $90 million initiative that will also involve a new amenity at Lively Point Youth Center. Learn more at cityofirving.org/playirving. Now to a fundraising feat. It is a positive update to the effort to save the sign that was lit up outside Big State for decades. We were there as crews carefully removed the sign from the building, and tens of thousands of you watched the video. The nonprofit Friends of the Irving Museums bought the sign after learning it was listed for sale. They had to move fast, and the fundraising got started immediately to pay for the sign's purchase and removal. The group exceeded its fundraising goal, and the total is now at $11,000, with a few donations still coming in. A matching grant from the Irving Heritage Festival Fund helped in beating that goal. Now, one question is, where will the sign go? The Friends of the Irving Museums are welcoming suggestions on that. We have also heard a lot of questions about what is next for the Big State building. The owner told me a seafood restaurant is planned there. The City of Irving published a voter guide to help educate voters and answer questions in advance of the May 4th bond election. Irving City Council called that bond election for a proposition for the issuance of $200 million in bonds for a City Hall complex project. If approved by voters and based on current assumptions, there will be a property tax increase of about 1.81 cents. That would impact the average single-family home by around $40 per year. If approved by voters, 2 potential properties currently owned by the city are being considered for the new complex. You can see them here in the beige areas on the map. They are between the 400 and 800 block of West Irving Boulevard. The current City Hall is 50 years old, and Irving's population has more than doubled since it opened. The voter guide I mentioned is available in English, Spanish, and Vietnamese at cityofirving.org/cityhall. And paper versions are available at City Hall and at some Irving libraries and rec centers. Also on that May 4th ballot will be candidates for City Council Districts 4, 6, and 8. Early voting runs April 22nd through 30th. One more date to note, the deadline to register to vote in the May election is April 4th. District maps, candidate information, and Irving Vote Center locations are posted at cityofirving.org/elections. April 8th brings a rare event, a total solar eclipse, and Irving is in a prime spot. The City of Irving, Visit Irving, along with the Las Colinas Association, are hosting 2 big celebrations under the catchy name Total Eclipse in the Park. Again, the date is April 8th. The local events are at Levy Event Plaza and Heritage Park from noon until 3 p.m. Of course, the highlight will be the actual eclipse, during which the sky will turn dark around 1:40 p.m. And organizers are adding a lot of other fun.
At both events, you will see food trucks, music. There will be a DJ at Heritage Park, a live band at Levy Plaza. It is going to be so much fun. We're also going to have the world's biggest moon pie at Levy Plaza. So that's being made by our chef at the Irving Convention Center.
And we'll also have appearance by the butt sketch artist, different kind of moon.
We'll be making flower crowns. We'll have a fortune teller.
Yeah, a lot going on. The team at the Irving Convention and Visitors Bureau is hoping this rare eclipse brings a boost to business. On its website, the CVB is highlighting hotel deals such as the Solarbration package.
What we know from the last several eclipses that have happened elsewhere around the country is our contemporaries in those places all saw big boosts of traffic. So we're hoping to see some bumps in occupancy on Sunday in particular, but also on Monday, and then ideally some bumps in the average daily rate too.
And you may know it is dangerous to look directly at an eclipse, so special glasses will be available at the local events. Irving Police Department's ShopTalk program is going strong.
We will intentionally engage with our community.
Chief Derek Miller discussed some of the department's mission, vision, and values at the most recent ShopTalk luncheon at the Jack D. Huffman Community Building. As we have shown you over the years, ShopTalk builds relationships between police and the African American community in barbershops and through other events such as this one. And the program continues to expand.
We're constantly adding new shops, constantly growing. People reaching out to us now saying, hey, I'm hearing about the ShopTalk program and I want to be a part of it.
John Plunkett founded ShopTalk when he was an Irving police officer. He retired and joined One Community USA. In his work with the nonprofit, he is helping other cities develop their own ShopTalk programs.
What we're doing now is I took it from Irving into different cities like Dallas, Fort Worth, Mesquite, Euless, several different cities in the Metroplex now, and we're actually in 80-some shops now. We're in Hispanic shops, African American shops, and we have our first Asian shop in Dallas. So we are constantly growing right now. So this is what ShopTalk is doing, and it all started here in Irving.
John Plunkett says he is also working to spread the program in Louisiana. An Irving business is benefiting from a grant program facilitated by the city. Recovery funds were awarded to help cover losses resulting from the COVID-19 pandemic. Kathy Whiteman talked with business owners who are grateful for the positive impact.
Fundraiser Electric, how can I help you? Fundraiser Electric is a commercial subcontracting firm that does electrical work.
We're a young company doing big boy things, and we love that.
Vaughn and Natasha McEwen started Vondrick Electric in Irving in 2017 with the goal of providing quality, comprehensive electrical installation and service.
Anything we step into, if it's a receptacle put in the wall, or if it's a panel, or if it's a new building, we take ownership of it as if it's ours. We don't want to put this in your place, into your business, if we don't want to put it into ours.
Yes, what's the address?
The couple both worked in the construction business, Vaughn as a master electrician and Natasha as a general contractor. But they shared the goal of owning their own subcontracting firm.
In 2017, a voice came to me about, stepping out and kind of, doing things different.
He'd been an electrician for about 15 to 17 years at that time, had his master's license already, and quit his work. And I'm a general contractor, so I was still working. And he quit about 6 months before me.
Natasha said, "Whoa, you're busy. I'm going to jump out with you." I said, "Why not?"
With that why not approach in place, they reached out to a contact at DFW Airport.
Through a relationship that we had, a guy who was doing a job, needed an electrician. He walked away with the job, and that's how it all started.
As with many small businesses, Vondrick Electric faced challenges during COVID. Federal grant dollars available through the city of Irving helped sustain them, and the Grow America grant became a turning point.
We learned about Grow America through our bank, Frost Bank.
And then the vice president, Naomi, said, "Hey, have you heard about this recovery and resilient program through the city of Irving?"
And she said, "Hey, well, why don't I give you this information?" And gave us the website, and we went on, filled everything out, gave them all the information, and they were so quick with the responses.
And Naomi did a good job of emailing me everything that we talked about the same day.
They were the fastest that I've ever seen going through like a program of just the paperwork and all the stuff that you have to do to get these types of grants and things. From
July 24th to September 5th, when we received our funds, is the time that the process took.
The whole process was amazing, and they said we were approved. We couldn't believe it, and we're like, wow, that's amazing, and yeah.
The Recovery and Resilience grants helped Vondrick Electric transform their business plan, moving them from a maintenance phase to a growth phase.
So we took that money and applied it into updating our IT software and also our education as far as in growing a business. And we put money into training our people.
That came along at the time when we needed to invest in more IT stuff, like computers for the office and things. And we were kind of in a cash flow crunch at that time. That grant came just in time for us to be able to continue on with our business plan and what we want to do to grow our business.
Funds that sparked an impact for this local business. Kathy Whiteman for CitySource.
Learn more about the Small Business Recovery and Resiliency Program at cityofirving.org/smallbizgrant. Here's something else worth noting. Recipients may be eligible to receive additional technical assistance to help protect them from future economic disruption. Some creative people are taking discarded items and turning them into eye-catching artwork. And you could see it as part of a new exhibit at the Irving Archives and Museum. Earlier, the city's museum director, Jen Landry, gave us a preview. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
There's a lot to talk about. The new exhibit is called Reclaimed, the Art of Recology. What will people see there?
So Recology is a recycling center in San Francisco, and they have an artist in residence program that they've had since about 1990. And artists are given a residency there where they can use materials from the recycling heap and use that for their art. And so this is a selection of over 30 artists that have participated in that program, the artworks they've created during that program. So it's all recycled material, but some really interesting artwork.
And while these special exhibits get attention, I also want to highlight the permanent exhibition at the Irving Archives and Museum. It's award-winning. So for people who haven't visited, tell me what we could see there.
So the Irving story tells the story of Irving from the frontier days, so pre-Irving being founded, to its birthday in 1903, through its suburban era, into the modern era where we have a cockpit that, highlights the importance of DFW Airport, looks at Texas Stadium and Las Colinas. So a timeline of the history, but lots of interactives and chances, to engage with the history, and lots of big images and archival material.
It's definitely a reason to visit, and there are some free days people could visit too, correct?
Yes, so second Saturdays of the month are sponsored by the Friends of the Irving Museum. Those are free all day, and then every Sunday from 12 to 4, those are our hours for Sundays, they're free every Sunday of the month. So
good to visit anytime. Jen Landry, thanks so much for stopping by.
Thanks for having me.
The Irving Archives and Museum is located in the Jack D. Huffman Community Building. Find the hours and learn more about the attractions you can see there by visiting irvingarchivesandmuseum.com. Registration is open for Keep Irving Beautiful's Don't Mess with Texas Trash Off. It will take place at Trinity View Park on April 6th. Each year, hundreds of people turn out to make a difference in the community. Find the link to register at cityofirving.org/KIB. This is the state's signature event for Keep America Beautiful's nationwide Great American Cleanup Program. And here is more KIB news. The organization just got a National Innovation Award from Keep America Beautiful at its conference in San Diego. Also, Margie Stipes, seen here in file video, received the Lady Bird Johnson Award. Ms. Stipes started volunteering in Irving in 1955, and she currently serves as secretary of KIB. So congrats to Margie and all of Keep Irving Beautiful. As part of a new campaign, Irving Solid Waste Services is sharing tips to help residents toss like a boss. This time the focus is on recycling plastics. Recyclable plastics have a recycling symbol with a number inside. That number refers to the type of plastic. Numbers 1 through 3 and 5 through 7 can go in your blue bag for curbside collection. Type 4 is not collected curbside. Those are the plastic grocery, dry cleaning, or bread bags. However, many grocery stores will accept those. Learn more at cityofirving.org/recycling. The Easter Bunny will be paying a visit to the citywide egg hunts. They are happening simultaneously at recreation centers across the city. The free events are for ages 2 to 10. You can see some of the fun in this archive video. Along with all those candy-filled eggs, there will be arts and crafts and entertainment. The citywide egg hunts are Saturday, March 23rd from 10 a.m. until noon at Irving Recreation Centers. Kids Rock the Block is coming up on Friday, April 12th, and this year it will be in a new location, the Irving Police Athletic League. It is a fun event designed to draw attention to resources available in the community. It is hosted by Irving's Family Advocacy Center. Throughout the year, we cover several events hosted by the FAC, and we wanted to share this new video that provides a broader view of the services the center provides.
Irving Family Advocacy Center is a facility that's owned by the City of Irving. The staff are funded by the City of Irving Police Department budget. However, we are a public-private partnership in the sense that we have a nonprofit that comes alongside the Family Advocacy Center to support all the programs and services that we offer to the Irving community.
We have departments for domestic violence and child abuse. We have a counseling department that handles anyone who has either been a victim of a crime, lives in Irving, works in Irving, goes to school in Irving. We serve anyone that is here in Irving. And then we have a victim services department as well that handles the victims of crime. They handle case consultation. They help with protective orders, things like that.
Police departments typically process crime, and that's sort of where it ends. And the Justice Department takes over and does a good job of that. But Irving has sort of put a stake in the ground, and so we're going to do more because there's a victim and there's a family. And that victim, that family deserve care, and that's done here.
Our downstairs floor is all dedicated to counseling. We have play therapy rooms for children. We have specialty rooms like an art therapy room, a sand tray room, and we also have normal counseling rooms for adults, for families. Upstairs is where our law enforcement officers are. We have detectives for both child abuse and domestic violence. And then we also have 2 CPS units upstairs as well.
It's really overwhelming what the Advocacy Center is able to offer to those who live and work and go to school in Irving. But we can't do it alone with the city budget. And so the Advocacy Center, Inc. comes along and provides those additional support services so that we can really provide our clients the best services possible.
We get a lot of traffic from our website. Sometimes people are just looking for counseling and they realize that this is offered here in Irving. Sometimes it comes from the Irving ISD. We're very connected with the schools here in Irving. We also get a lot of referrals from Child Protective Services and the other partners in this building, as well as just community word of mouth.
Any victim of violent crime has certain rights that they're afforded through the Code of Criminal Procedures. And so our staff responsibility is to make sure that victims know what their rights are, that they have an understanding of what the criminal justice process looks like, and that we can help them access any resources or services that they may need.
One thing that all ages of employees are looking for is how can we serve in the community? And there's no better place than right here at the Irving Family Advocacy Center.
The city has really done something magical here because they've provided help for everyone. And I think the more children that get services now, the less adults that we have that are struggling. And maybe that means less crime.
The goal of this center is really to prevent further crime in our community, and that affects each individual in our community. So when we have healthy families, we can have healthy communities.
Reach the Police Department's Family Advocacy Center by calling 972-721-6560. It's time to meet our Pets of the Week. Michael Whiteside is with Irving Animal Services and joins us now. Great to see you, Michael.
Good to see you, Thomas.
And the first dog is named Freckles, so I can't wait to see the pictures of Freckles. Tell me about Freckles.
Freckles is an amazing little girl. She's about 2 years old. She is a cattle dog mix, which is kind of where the freckles come from because she's spotted. She's a little bit timid around new people, but once she meets you, she loves to get pets. She loves toys. She loves all the attention she can get, and she's great around other dogs as well. She's also kind of a medium-sized dog, so she's going to be great for any type of environment, whether it's a home or even an apartment. She's just a really, really sweet girl, and she's been here quite a while, so we really would love to find her a home soon.
Next up, another intriguing name, Cherry Blossom. Tell me about Cherry Blossom.
Yeah, so Cherry Blossom is another amazing girl. She's about a year old, and she's another Great Pyrenees that we have here at the shelter right now. She is the biggest love bug. She just wants all the attention, all the kisses, all the pets that she can get from you. And she is another one that's just a really, really sweet dog that deserves all the love in the world. Now, she is heartworm positive, but we do have a program, Foster to Adopt program, for our heartworm positive animals, where you can come in, and if you decide you would like to adopt, you can start out by fostering them while they go through the heartworm treatment. Once the heartworm treatment is completed, then we will finalize the adoption and the animal is yours, but you don't have to pay anything out of pocket to cover the cost of the heartworm treatment.
Yeah, and fostering is such a great program, and there are a lot of opportunities in that area, right?
Oh, definitely. And we always have, in addition to just the Foster to Adopt, we have other foster programs where we might have animals here that are just really too young or too sick to be in the shelter and could use kind of a short-term home. And we still do some transport, so we have some short-term foster opportunities where you can just foster a dog for 2 to 3 weeks while we wait to get them on a transport to go to New Hampshire or Connecticut. We have a new partner in Maryland that we're going to be sending some animals to shortly. So that's another great opportunity to help get animals out of the shelter.
Always so much great work going on at the Animal Care Campus. Michael Whiteside, thanks for sharing it with us.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
The Animal Care Campus is located at 4140 Valley View Lane. Check out the websites you see on your screen for hours and to see more adoptable animals. A new attraction at the Toyota Music Factory is drawing a lot of attention. We will take you inside the Rayleigh Underground, show you the features, and find out why the Irving Convention and Visitors Bureau is showing it off to a special group. Also, the Irving Independent School District is sharing success stories at its annual State of the District event. Those highlights and much more next time on City Source. Remember, you can always email us your thoughts on our stories. The address is ictn@cityofirving.org. Also, you can find us on YouTube at youtube.com/thecityofirving. We are always adding new content, so it is a good idea to subscribe. And while you're there, hit that like button on the videos you watch to show us some love and leave us some positive comments. And you can look for updates on events and initiatives across the major social media platforms at the City of Irving. That's it for this edition of City Source. Thanks for watching, stay safe, and we'll see you next time.